Hi Lakewood Math 1 students, this is Miss V and this is video 11, Point Slope Applications. In this video I'm going to show you how you can use the point slope formula to solve linear problems. First of all, we need to use point slope formula when the problem gives us a sample point. So that's going to be like an x1, y1 kind of combination, and the rate of change, which we've been calling m. So let's take a look at problem 9. At Eagle Bay, it costs $10 per hour. Now, that per really jumps out at me. That's telling me it's a rate. And notice that slope is a rate of change. So I'm going to immediately say 10x. There's my mx part. And then it says Nick and his friends rented a canoe for 3 hours and paid $45. Well, that means I have a point at 3,45. Because in this problem, my x value is going to be the number of hours that Nick and his friends rent the canoe. And my y value is going to be the cost of renting the canoe for 8 hours. So I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Let's back up just a little bit and remember point slope form. It's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And so this is the x1 value right here. And this is the y1 value that's right here. Now, it's customary to turn these into slope-intercept form. They're a lot more useful if we do so. So I'm going to start by distributing on the right-hand side. And I get 10x minus 30. And then you'll notice if I add 45 to both sides of this equation, I have isolated y, and I have y equals mx plus b. And I believe that's what we get when we do that. Now, I've got slope-intercept form of the equation, but I haven't answered the question. They say, write and solve a linear equation to find the cost to rent the canoe for 8 hours. So remember, hours, x is hours of rental, and y is my cost to rent for that number of hours. So I'm going to substitute 8 here for my x value. And 10 times 8 is 80. So it looks like it's going to cost Nick and his friends $95 to rent a canoe for 8 hours. So this is how we work problems in point slope form. Let's do number 10 together. A construction company charges $15 per hour for debris removal and a one-time fee for the use of a trash dumpster. The total fee for 9 hours of service was $195. So when I take a look at this problem, what I see is I see this point where 9 hours, and my x value is going to be the number of hours of debris removal. So let's see. Hours of service. And y is going to be my cost. So here's my per hour, and I looked for that word per to find the slope. And so I know that I'm going to have y minus y1, which is 195, is equal to my slope, which is 15, times x minus x1, and that's 15 minus 9. So the first thing I need to do in order to solve this equation is I need to distribute the 15 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. And that gives me 15x minus 135. And this is still y minus 195 on the left side of the equation. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 195 to both sides of the equation, giving me y equals 15x, I think that's plus 60. So again, I've got a nice equation in slope-intercept form, but I haven't answered the question because it says find the one-time fee for the trash dumpster. And so kind of what I've done is I guess I did find it because that B value is going to be my one-time fee. Okay? For example, if I rented the dumpster for 0 hours, that would be the fee that I would pay. And so there's my one-time fee, and I suppose I have answered the question. Imagine that. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause the video, and I will be back to give you answers to number 11.